Yeah, I know, least discussed class, probably not going to get that many views, but hey, if I were in it just for the ad revenue, I'd make videos about Justin Bieber. The medics need some lovin' too. So, I was looking around for information on the revive grenade. I looked on YouTube, the wiki, and the Planetside 2 forum, and found limited information. Since revive grenades are the most expensive grenade in the game, both to unlock at 400 certs and to use at 75 nanites each, I figured maybe that was incentivizing some people to avoid trying them. So I decided to actually use the medic class for a bit, and sacrificed about 600 certs for the benefit of all mankind. Or at least the Planetside 2 players. What I discovered was that the revive grenades are further plagued by bugs and peculiarities, but, when used properly, are extremely effective tools that can raise your character to a demigod-like state, if circumstances permit. The grenade will detonate about 5 seconds after you press the grenade button to start throwing it. After another second or so, the revive will finish casting, and most players that intend to accept the revive will be back up about 7 or 8 seconds after you initially push the button, though results will vary. This combined with the heavy price tag can pose some problems. If someone redeploys before the revive finishes, the grenade can be wasted, whereas normally if someone doesn't accept a revive, you would have only lost a few seconds of effort. And if after you throw the grenade, but before it detonates, another medic interacts with a corpse, they can block the grenade's revive, so if a clueless medic runs across an open area and tags a corpse and dies, this can also waste your grenade. The revive grenade will bring people back at about half health, so they will be more vulnerable than those from an upgraded revive tool. The corpse will get the visual indicators of a normal revive with a green glow and shift in posture. While it can detonate after you die, you cannot revive yourself with it, nor can you revive max units. The blast radius is being demonstrated on screen, but the punchline is that it's actually a lot larger than the animation would indicate. It penetrates walls, rooftops, boulders, etc., though it can bug out and not revive someone even when it clearly should have. I've noticed this sometimes with partial terrain obstruction, and more often when the target is near a vehicle. The grenade is also a bit bouncy, and you may wish to practice a little in the VR, or try to lodge the grenade in crevices, or to bounce it off two surfaces to prevent them from going too far from the intended point, and they may be difficult to use outdoors, but a little practice should eliminate most related issues. If used conservatively, the benefits of the revive grenade can be very significant, to the point of potentially altering the outcome of a battle. Or beat your head against a wall, reviving teammates who will die moments later only to farm certs. There seems to be no limit to how many people can be revived, so an entire squad of people can be pulled up using just one grenade. Combined with the fact that this penetrates floors and walls, if there's some sort of disaster, say a light assault with C4 wiping out a squad, which otherwise may cause the loss of a sunder or spawn point, loss of a capture point, etc., this gives the medic a rewind button. The more dire the need and benefit from a disaster being reset, the more significant the revive grenade becomes, and in a fight that's already close, it can be the difference between victory and defeat by allowing a sunderer to survive or allowing a point to be held when it otherwise would have been lost. The main thing one would need to remember when using revive grenades is that with demigodhood comes responsibility, and accordingly you now have to balance a cosmic checkbook of nanites and souls. It's too expensive to just throw a revive grenade at every corpse as if it were a ranged revive tool, so when using your normal revive tool isn't an option, you'll have to decide which corpses should be raised, and which aren't worth the expense and should be left on the ground. If you attempt to revive every corpse, you'll run out of resources very quickly, not to mention the inconvenience of constantly resupplying or missing a grenade when it would have been more useful. That's not to say that you should avoid using them on one or two people. Just calculate whether or not they're worth the grenade. The revive grenade has another benefit in that it can allow you to multitask as a medic, such as revive someone who died in one corner of a room while you guard a door from another corner and don't need to switch to the revive tool or leave your position. In a hectic situation, it can also do the work of a revive while you are busy running around and shooting things, and there's inherent benefit in being able to revive someone through walls, floors, rooftops, or that are otherwise out of reach or too time-consuming to reach, especially since during this process you don't need to stare at the corpse or be near it, and you can have your primary weapon out. It also allows you to run in one direction while reviving in another. When it comes to balancing the cosmic checkbook, personally the way I look at it is, what's the point in being a demigod if not to bring justice to an unjust universe? If someone dies heroically trying to defend a point, I'd say such a deed merits the use of a revive grenade if the corpse is otherwise out of reach. So personally, I'd recommend splurging to deal some good karma, if and when it's appropriate. If being the equivalent of a minor deity sounds appealing to you, then the revive grenades are worth consideration. I'd strongly recommend the grenade bandolier with it, as the first rank is only 100 certs, and if you're already content to spend 400 on the revive grenade rewind button, the grenade bandolier will give you a few extra button presses without having to visit a Sunder or terminal. While other playstyles may dissent on this point, I personally consider the revive grenade to bluntly outclass the healing grenade for the medic, and if I do continue to play a medic now that this video is made, I don't see myself using something other than the grenade bandolier and revive grenades on my medic kit. They're a very powerful and useful tool which offers a lot of utility, though they're not completely without their weaknesses, and you do have to be careful about when to use them. If you have any questions about the revive grenade, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later, YouTube.